Welcome back, dear brothers and sisters. We are all searching for pure divine love. So, are you curious to know how can you get it? So, let me start first by offering my humble respect to my most worshipful spiritual master, Srila Gurudeva. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Narayana Parayana Jadahankarana Shana Rupanugamrita Prema Prayojanate Namaha. First of all, you have to know that this pure divine transcendental love can only appear in a pure heart, which is already free from material contamination. So how will I ever be able to properly utilize this very rarely achieved human birth? It's like a gift from the Supreme Lord. Now we achieve a human birth of life. So how can I utilize this human birth of life properly without wasting it? How can I utilize it in such a way that this pure, supremely auspicious divine love can manifest in my heart? If I am used to think in this way, yes, I am the enjoyer here in this world. This life is meant for my enjoyment. I am in the center of every activity. Everyone is here because can serve me and give to my senses the full satisfaction. Yes, I am independent, fully independent. And also, yes, by my own strength, I can achieve anything I want, and I can exploit all the environment in such a way that I can obtain full satisfaction of my senses. And then, how will I ever be able to become situated in my transcendental spiritual position, which can really be the servant of Hari? Means our eternal nature is to be the soul, and the soul eternal nature is to be the servant of Hari, of the Supreme Lord, with a beautiful, sweet, loving relationship and reciprocation of this love. Because Shri Krishna, he is made of pure Ananda, of pure joy. Therefore, his relationship with us through pure bhakti, through pure devotion, is also made of pure joy. When the living entity are identified with their physical body, which is a material covering of the soul, then they are convinced that the best spiritual activity they can do here in this world is just to open some hospitals or try to give some charity to poor person. So in this way they try to take care of the bodies of other living entities. But actually the reality is that no one can actually achieve or change any situation by their own strength. And they will find out that actually by trying to do so, they will be more entangled, more and more entangled in this material creation, into this material world, and they will be chained by the reaction of their own karma. If you think that in this world there is something which is wrong and that something needs to be changed, but actually this is a criticism of God, because God is perfect, and so also his own creation, it is completely perfect. the environment is friendly, remember. And so the only things that need to be changed is our vision of duality. If just to build up my chest in front of others, I am ready to breathe air which is made of pride and envy towards other living entity, and also I am ready to minimize and criticize others, then how will ever this pure divine love appear in my heart? If my heart does not melt in seeing the suffering of all other living beings, which comes due to their own forgetfulness of their eternal loving relationship with the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, then how will ever this pure unconditional divine love appear in my heart? If envy, which is the exact opposite of pure love, it is deeply rooted in my heart and makes my heart bleed with jealousy anytime I hear or I see or I come in contact with something which is connected to the glory of the Supreme Lord's own names, forms, qualities and pastimes, then how will ever this pure, divine, unconditional love manifest in my heart? If my diseased material eyes feel comfort and satisfaction just by the view of the external temporary material world, which is cheating me by filling my heart with faith in death, and if I forget that the real medicine is to smear the ointment of pure love of God into my eyes, by which they will become spiritualized and will allow me to see at the beautiful and sweet divine form of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally situated beyond the duality of this world, then how will divine love ever appear in my heart? If my shelter in life is only what is temporary, such as my wife, my husband, my house, my family member, my health, money, physical beauty, or a respectable position in society, then how will divine love appear in my heart? Remember that very soon, by the will of time, all this so-called shelter will be mercifully taken away, and so I will see that the only shelter is the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, the cause of all causes, and therefore the base and shelter of all existence. Remember that Krishna is the only well-wishing friend of all living entity. If my tongue is only engaged in criticizing others, in express the fault of others, in minimizing others just to place myself at the position of a supreme enjoyer of the environment, then my only gain will be to lose my rarely achieved spiritual introspectiveness and become absorbed in asat, that which is temporary. And then how will ever this pure divine love appear in my heart? If my ears will only listen to mundane talk and mundane music, which steal away my wisdom and spiritual introspectiveness, and when such material mundane discourse from the ear will enter the heart, it will become fully contaminated and it will be turned into a pilgrimage place for crows. Then how will pure love appear in my heart? Instead, I should only hear about the glories of the saints of the past and the present time, whose heart is free from the tendency to criticize others, and hear continuously the glories of Lord Krishna's own name, forms, qualities and pastimes. If my feet are only engaged in following the footstep of the atheistic and materialistic self-centered person of this world, who are like hogs, dogs, camels, and donkey, and completely blind about the supreme transcendental reality, who can lead themselves and their so-called followers into a deep dark well of material existence with repeated birth and death. Then how will divine love appear in my heart? Instead, my feet should always follow the path of the past and present Mahajan, the pure saintly devotees of the Lord, who always walk in the holy places where the Lord's blissful pastimes are eternally going on at every moment. Only in this way I will find myself to suddenly fall into the Rasa Kup, the well of nectarian divine love exchange between Shri Krishna and his associate. If my hand will be only engaged in arranging the material objects in such a way that I can exploit the environment and be the enjoyer in this world, then it will be as if my two hands are catching me by the neck and strangle me. Then how will divine love appear in my heart? Instead, if my hand will be engaged in arranging everything for serving the Lord and his devotees, such as making flower garlands for Shri Krishna, playing musical instrument for Krishna, preparing delicious food preparation for him, cleaning his home, which will become a temple, then supreme auspiciousness will come in our life. If I keep deeply rooted into my heart the conviction that I can get real bliss, real joy, only from all which is related to this material temporary plane, to this material body, such as my home, my so-called parents, my so-called family member, dogs, cats, and so on, no? Then thinking them to be mine and meant only for my own satisfaction and my enjoyment, then how will I ever be able to find such a transcendental spiritual bliss? It will not be possible, but it can be gained, this transcendental bliss, only from pure bhakti, from pure devotion, when we start to have a beautiful loving relationship through loving service with the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, which is the pure nature of our own soul. And because he is purely situated in Ananda, in transcendental blissfulness, then we will also find this divine blissfulness appear in our heart, and we will find ourselves fully satisfied and happy at every step in our life. If I like to be decorated by self-given golden medals made of pride for mundane reputation, desire for position in this world, prestige, desire to be continuously honored and worshipped, then these medals are decorating the uniform of a demon who is so much covered by false ego that thinks to be the one who can independently perform any activities he desires just by his own strength. But a pure devotee externally may dress very simply and does not show any golden medals, but his external decoration visible to others are all his divine qualities, such as equanimity in all situations, peace of mind and senses, truthfulness, forgiving, engage in devotional service with continuous determination. And internally, he hides from the external view of mundane people the topmost jewel of pure unconditional love for his beloved Lord Shri Krishna, which shines in his heart. Therefore, he always remembers Krishna and never forget him. We are all searching for something which is fully attractive, which can fully satisfy us eternally and bring us to a state of constant, ever-increasing bliss, which fills the heart with pure unconditional love and divine qualities. Therefore, only by connecting ourselves to pure bhakti, to the source of those very divine qualities, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, only then we will be able to actually be fully satisfied and situated in an ever-increasing ocean of joy which is not independent from the joy of Krishna. So, the solution is to engage all our senses in the service of Hrishikesh, Krishna, the master of all senses. In this material world, all actions bring a reaction, and all self-centered material emotion brings to demotion, but devotion brings to promotion. All the occupational activities that a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they don't provoke attraction for the Harikatha, the transcendental message of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna as it is revealed in the Vedic scripture and explained by saintly devotees. Therefore, the association with those pure transcendental saintly devotees, sadhu sangha, it is the most essential and most auspicious activities of our life. We are most lucky if we can get even a slight moment of contact with such a saint. And only by their own kindness and mercy they make and bless us, and so even a drop of pure divine love, which is eternally existing in their heart, may can appear and manifest in our heart. That's the only way how we can get such a so much searched, pure unconditional love appear in our heart. My only prayer is that lifetime after lifetime, in any situation I may be born, I can obtain sadhu sangha, the association of those devotees in whose heart pure love for Shri Krishna is present. The self-realized saints teach that the Vedic Holy Scriptures says that the most powerful way to keep our mind under control, to purify oneself from all material contamination, and especially to attain divine love with self-realization, is to chant the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and that you have to chant it in association with the saints, the pure devotees of the Lord. So let's try to chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,